はい、皆様こんにちは。本日はです
Hello
ね、
everyone.
日本
Today,
初スタートアップによるグローバルへの挑
so
戦
we are going to talk about the Japanese Startups Global Challenge, LVMH Innovative Award 2024 case study. Thank you very much for joining us. My name is Goto. I'm from Business Finance. I will be serving as a moderator. And I'd like to introduce today's guest speakers. And first, the LVMH Japan, the Thomas. Mr. Thomas-san, thank you very much for joining us. Thank you.
続きまして、
And next is the HERALBONY, Ms. Oshioka. Thank you very much for joining.
次に、
And next
時間
is
的な
the
その木下様です。
Mr. Kinoshita from JIKAN TECHNO. Thank you very much for joining us.
で、本セッションをちょっと始める前に
And before starting this session, so I'd like to remind of one thing. The Thomas-san is going to speak English. If you would like to speak Japanese, please utilize the simultaneous interpretation service. Thank you very much. So let me start to the today's session. So self-introduction. My name is Goto, and from the Business France. And I'm in charge of the trade business. So in order to accelerate the French economy, so this is a kind of the international organization supporting the Japanese company and also the French companies entering into the Japanese market. So I'd like to ask Thomas-san to introduce yourself. Thank you.
皆様、こんにちは。
Hello, everyone.
So, my name is Thomas. I'm in charge of IT, technology, and innovation for LVMH Japan. It has now been, so first, it's a very honor to be here today in Osaka. It has been 5 years that I live in Japan. 2 years and a half at LVMH, that you know, Louis Vuitton, Christian Dior, Tiffany, all those wonderful brands. And before LVMH, I've been also lucky to work for fast retailing, Uniqlo, Japanese company. Thank you. よろしくお願いします。
よろしくお願いします。はい、続きまして、押岡さんお願いします。
Next, Oshioka-san. So just a self-introduction and also the company introduction. Okay, thank you. So HERALBONY, so this I'm a COO of HERALBONY. This is a startup company. I myself is work towards the Ministry of Economy, Trade and Industry, and also I worked for another startup. And 1.5 years ago, I joined HERALBONY, and I was having as a COO. I'm looking at the finance and other things, and IR. And HERALBONY, so the artists with disability, their art collected, and also we are going to conduct the licensing business. Sometimes we are selling the art itself. However, mainly we are doing the licensing business. And going to the next slide, thank you. So the art collected. So I'm wearing this colorful costume. So like this one, working together with Mitsukoshi, Hankyu, Umeda, Daimaru. So these are the department stores, and we are conducting the holding the pop-up store, and also working together with the Disney collaboration, and also the packaging. So these are the things we are doing, and also the credit card designs. So if you use these as designs are used, so the artist can gain money. And also this is a hotel. And also by doing all of these things, not only in Japan, but also the overseas like to work together, partner with the overseas companies. So the LVMH Innovation Award, we are able to receive the award in 2024. We established the HERALBONY Europe, and I became a COO, and I actually moved to France, and also we started the HERALBONY Europe. So this is what we are doing right now. Thank you. And next, Kinoshita-san. So my name is Kinoshita from JIKAN TECHNO, and our company is using the agriculture and food waste, and we are creating the raw materials. And we are based in Osaka. We are the only company, and I'm from Hyogo Prefecture, and I was thinking about wearing the Hanshin Tigers, the baseball team's uniform. However, I stopped. I I didn't do that, but I really like on Osaka. I'm a big Osaka fan.
まず早速、一つ目の
And first of all,
いきたいと思います。
so I would like to talk about for one question.
アワードとは何か。
What is LVMH Innovation Award? So I'd like to ask Thomas-san to give us an explanation.
Thank you, Goto-san. So maybe before answering to that question, I want to say that creativity and innovation are absolutely part of LVMH DNA. It's fundamental. It's really part of our culture. And which put us in a very tricky equation always, which is to constantly reinvent ourselves, okay, while preserving the history and the heritage of our maison, always, mainichi, every day, we have to do that. So in such a way, we see innovation like a wonderful potential. We embrace innovation. We are not scared about innovation. It's really part of our culture. So this is as a fundamental. The way LVMH tackle innovation is quite structured. We have an open innovation program that could be defined under three key pillars. The first one will be LVMH Innovation Award that I'm going to describe just later. La Maison des Startups, okay, which is the one where our two wonderful startups now are part of in Station F and the lab. So just before going in the detail, few numbers. So since 2017, already more than 200 startups from the world have benefited from this program, and already 800 business collaboration between those startups and our maison. Again, Vuitton, Tiffany, Dior, Guerlain, etc., etc. So let me go to LVMH Innovation Award first. So LVMH Innovation Award is the biggest startup competition worldwide. Last year, we got 1,600 startups from the world who applied to this competition, out of which, I'm super proud, 45 from Japan, which is so subarashi. Just to give you a point of comparison, last year, 2023, only 15. So times 3 in 1 year, and I expect next year to have even more. So which criteria, which startup are we looking for in this program? We are looking for startups who can make a positive impact on luxury retail industry at scale. Positive impact, you understand, very easy. Luxury retail industry, this is our definition of business. At scale, two definitions of at scale. One is we want to tackle different businesses, different métiers, okay? We are not interested in a startup that can make an impact only for one business. Second, worldwide, at scale, geographies, not only one country. So any startup that enters that definition, more than happy to collaborate with. So for this, in this program, what's to get? 3 things for the startup who participate. First, visibility. So it's an event happening during Viva Technology in June in Paris. Visibility for the finalists of this program. 4 days presence under LVMH pavilion. Second, it's also the reward. And Marie, you can testify. We have been very lucky among the 45 Japanese startups last year, 18 finalists, out of which 2 from Japan, and this gentleman and lady. So big visibility. On the screen, you have Megumi from HERALBONY, awarded in our competition last year. And the third prize is probably the most important. I call it the golden ticket. The golden ticket is 1 year paid by LVMH in La Maison des Startups, which is our presence at Station F. So it's 1 year of incubation, acceleration in the world's biggest startup incubator. just so that was for LVMH Innovation Award, La Maison des Startups, our program, and just to finish, the lab that you see over here. The lab is a physical presence at our HQ, headquarters in Paris, which is showcasing, and you have a picture of the place. So this is a place where we showcase all the innovation and startup and project that we are partnering with. And this is where our maison, the different teams of our maison get inspired, okay, and invent the collaboration of the future. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。トマさんからもお話がありましたけれども、
Thank you.
5月に開催された
As Thomas said, the technology, the innovation award, JIKAN TECHNO HERALBONY from Japan, well, that was unprecedented, and all the media was looking at you. So the collaboration with LVMH, I am quite looking forward to that. Right, okay, next, let's move on to the second agenda. So you two were nominated or selected as a finalist in the Innovation Award. And I have questions to you too. Why you decided to go abroad? Thank you. Well done. HERALBONY is our mission is to be different, and all people has to be respected in any way, and regardless of the background, and you can be just yourself. So that's our motto, our mission. So not just Japan, but well, many people appreciate this idea around the globe. So this is art, that's what we have. And art is universal. So it is originally our idea internally, well, we have to go global. So Los Angeles, New York, we didn't know where, but we wanted to go global. And then finally, we found the location, France. And so I was given this opportunity. So we were quite ready. Not, we're not ready. We just given golden tickets. So it is not a question we can say no. So that's how it started. Thank you. So you thought about going to United States as well. I think France is they have deep understanding about Japanese culture, so it's a good location. Yes, and the JETRO program. We have stayed in Los Angeles due to help of JETRO, and it's easy to find the location, seek the location in United States if you are a startup. But the philosophy that we have, enlightening the human, being human or something like that. And I'm not saying the people in the United States do not understand this concept, but that is not true. What they always talk about money and how to make money, right? And it's not a bad idea, but we are not sure if the United States is a good location for us to end up. So when I had an opportunity to talk to these people from France, things just clicked. And then it was coin-dropping moment. So that made me realize, okay, France. So you are a startup starting from Osaka. And then how did you see the globalization? I mean, before you go to abroad, what are you thinking? Well, our company is to reuse agricultural residue, and we are aiming to realize carbon neutral. But these materials, what we are talking about, I have booths outside, but
small and medium company, they did not even look at us, but only large company got interested in us. So the first company who came to talk to Michelin, that's a tire company, and Christian Dior, they came to talk to us. So overseas company were more keen on us and rather to do something about environmental friendliness. So, I mean, we felt the world difference from Japanese company and overseas company in terms of how keen they are to do something about environment. I was in Las Vegas in the United States, and it's not Japan. They have an issue with agricultural waste. So it was a good opportunity for us to collect information. And January this year, I went to this expo type of things in Las Vegas, and CS, FMH people were there, and they came to our booth at the CS Las Vegas. So I think they came all the way down from France to get information, and we finally met. And I told them what we do. And then they told us to get in touch with this person. So when I go back to Japan, I immediately went to see Thomas-san. And that was back in January, I think. Rivatech innovation. I did not know anything about until I met you. And then your answer was, okay, I'll do that immediately. And I didn't have to wait 2 weeks. And we had to do something to make application in quick way. And CES, you met to each other by chance in Las Vegas, right? That's fantastic. Well, yes, and that was an opportunity was given by the United States. So the half year before, from that, and we had a half year and more to get ready, but you did it in 2 weeks.
Such a rush.
Yes. I didn't even think we would be selected. So at the same time, we are getting ready for the big tech. And finally, suddenly, I heard that we are picked in Smart, and it was quite shock. Good one, though. Right. Moving on to next question. For you, Thomas.
今回ヘラルボニーさんと時間テクノさんがファイナリストに
So we have two finalists, HERALBONY and JIKAN TECHNO. Why was I picked, was selected, do you think?
Tricky question. Of course, because they are wonderful. No. Joke apart. Also, let me maybe also explain a bit the type of collaboration that we have in this program. Our program is a bit unusual compared to other open innovation programs that big corporates can have. First, we almost never take a financial participation in the startup. We do not invest, okay? So we are here to accelerate the development of the startup. That's really fundamental. Why? It's not philanthropic activity. No, LVMH, we are number one in the luxury industry. And if we want to be and remain number one, we have to work with the best of the best. That's also part of our secrets, okay, which makes our success. So how to work with a startup who's, by definition, a startup just starts small, okay? So how a tiny startup can work with a giant like LVMH having very, very high standards. So it's fundamental for the startup to reach a size, a maturity that will be able to support his/her development. So first, acceleration. The second key difference is during this 1 year at La Maison des Startups, during the acceleration, there is no exclusivity. So HERALBONY, JIKAN TECHNO, you join La Maison des Startups, they are free to discuss and have partnership with our competitors. So we really want, okay, that you develop your business. Of course, after that, we are seeking for win-win collaboration with our maison, and we believe there is a fantastic field of opportunity, but those are the key difference. So why HERALBONY and JIKAN TECHNO? First, back to the definition. Having positive impact on luxury retail industry at scale. Let me take a Marie example for you, HERALBONY. The first thing when I heard about HERALBONY, I felt in love. Why? I've not been blown only by the art of the artist, because the mission behind HERALBONY is universal. It's just universal. Okay? There are people, there are artists with disabilities everywhere in the world. Okay? HERALBONY talks to your heart, at least for me, okay? And there are so many collaborations that can be done. So, and you make such a huge positive impact on the society. You change the life of the artist working with you. This is cho subarashi. Onto. And JIKAN TECHNO, very different. Very different. I believe, by the way, in the capacity of Japan startup. You have a very strong expertise on material and science. So JIKAN TECHNO, I think it's a perfect demonstration of this savoir-faire and expertise from Japan. With JIKAN TECHNO, when we met for the first time, I instantly thought about ideas about, so you produce silica and carbon with a very high quality and purity, and silica is one of the raw materials of our cosmetics.
Thank you.
So very interesting for our cosmetic beauty division. But not only, because you produce those silica out of the rice
Rice husk?
husk. Yes, exactly. And then I challenge you and to say, hey, if you do it with rice, could you do it with other ingredients, raw materials? And you told me, of course. And I say, wow, there is a nice story. What if we reuse the byproduct of our wine and spirit industry and use it as a raw material of our beauty division? Circular economy, circular use case. We reuse a byproduct of one of our métiers and use it as a super top-notch raw material for our beauty division. And we believe that, like, we have to do that. We have to be the first to invent this. And this is also an illustration of the innovation which is driving our activities always and always.
ありがとうございます。やはりじゃあ今すごい社会課題になっている
Okay, so the sustainability and the circular economy, that is the social challenges. So some of the companies who are dealing with that and also providing us services which hit their head. So that's why these two companies are selected as a finalist. So from Thomas-san's perspective, so not just limited to these two companies, Japan-based startups, so when they go overseas, what are the challenges they are facing? So what do you think about that, Thomas-san? LVMH Innovation Award 2023, the only 15 startups company joined from Japan. However, it increased to 45 Japanese startups. So the Japanese startups maybe enter into the overseas market. So what are the challenges the Japanese startups are going to face or are facing right now?
so many components. Like the story you said that meeting at CES Las Vegas, I think sometimes it's all about coincidence, opportunity, meeting people, meeting the right people at the right time, sharing ideas, and go for it. Okay, that's number one. Second, it's also a question about knowing the opportunities. So LVMH, we are established in Japan, but probably not all the startups from Japan can clearly identify that LVMH has a strong willingness, objective of innovation. So it's also part of education, sharing information. Third, I also believe in the power of very strong startup, innovation and tech ecosystem working together, okay? One of the key organizations, JETRO, okay, which is federating this ecosystem, nurturing. You got the support of JETRO, both of you. It's super strong. Last year was also 2024, 2024, Japan was country of the year at the Viva Technology. So it was a specific moment. Japan established a Japan pavilion with, I think, 35, 36 startups selected by the JETRO, coming and having a presence together with a large corporate. So Japan has that also capacity to mobilize the ecosystem largely, and I think that contributed a lot.
ありがとうございます。スタートアップっていう
Thank you very much.
ところの考えでは結構日
So
本と
when we
フラン
think
スって
about
いう
the
のは
startups,
違いがあっ
the
て、
ideas of the startups are different between Japan and France. And in France, some of the minister mentioned that even if you start your own business, that pizza restaurants or some other restaurants, and in France, you have to think about the global business expansion. However, in the case of Japan, it's different. So I think there may be the hurdles or the barriers for the language as well as the culture gap. So I think the Oshioka-san, you are in the ecosystem of the startup, and also the Kinoshita-san, you are in the Osaka's startup ecosystem. If you have any kind of advice to these startups, new entrants, please give us. Yeah, from me, thank you. As Thomas-san mentioned, the which connection is gonna, connect the where, and at first we are not sure. However, there are a lot of, networking and a connection that's gonna, connect differently. Of course, there are differences between Japan and France. However, there are also some similarities. When you would like to, work together with another company, you cannot just knock the door. You need some kind of people who connected, the mediators. Like you have to, visit sales or another event and try to get to know and get a connection. So it is very important to have this kind of a network and the communications. And also, we are kind of, similar to the service provider, not a kind of manufacturing business. So we need a salesperson in France or the other countries who speak the local language. In my case, the French-speaking staff members. So we need to have some mediator to connect to the France, and also we need someone local staff members who can speak local languages. It's very important. So I think in France, it's very important to speak the French, I think. So Kinoshita-san, what do you think? So we visited the Vivatech and Thai and Singapore events, Asia Food Tech. We joined various events. And when we enter into the overseas market, we need to sell our products. However, it's only a part of the activities. However, we really need to visit the venue and get information. So that is a very important thing. So when we visit the CES, we are creating the carbon and the silica based on coming out from the food residue. So, and however, they mentioned about the kind of, the corns, the cores, or, the wheat husks. So can you do anything about it? So we realized that in the U.S., these kind of challenges they are facing. And also, if we visit France, you think about the wine, and also in Singapore, and there are a lot of people from India visiting our booth. There are a lot of coconut husk and also the rice husk. And also we are having a discussion that what if you can, produce this kind of products with using this kind of raw materials? So we are able to get new business ideas and seeds. So not just trying to expand the sales, but also we are able to get new ideas and get new information. So we need to, explore the needs of the local people. So it's very important to sell our products. So we really need to understand the demand of the overseas market. So in that sense, the overseas, when we go out of the overseas countries, we are trying to get information as much as selling the product. So from the macro perspective, we are able to get produce results.
It's important to keep your antenna up and high. Yes. You have to listen to the local people. That information cannot be found on the internet.
Goto-san, if you allow me, just adding on top. So we spoke about language, okay, English, etc. And I remember from our first meeting, but then I have to prepare translate all our website and information in English, at least. Okay, one example of the difficulty. But I think this is just one. The other is also what I would like to share as an experience, because everything is not only a beautiful story. There is a reality with also a pain point for us. So imagine me living in Japan, and after 5 years, I better understand Japanese culture, working in Japan, etc. So I feel lucky to have that two brains together, which I think is very precious. So when you select those startups from the world, and 1,600, at the end you will have only 18 finalists. So you need to select, okay? And all the startups from the world are not presenting themselves the same way. Probably some startup in the US, more occidental, will show the muscles, okay, and will be very pride, and we can do that, we can do that, we can do that. Whereas, I don't like cliché, but maybe it's an observation from myself. I've met a lot of Japanese startups who might be a bit shy, present themselves only when they are absolutely 200% sure about something, then they will share. Otherwise, they will not take too much risk, okay? I think you see what I mean. And then, just imagine you have all those startups, okay, on the same table, and you need to choose. And people who choose have their own way of thinking. So it was part of the story was also for me to educate or share with my colleagues in Paris to say, no, don't make a too rapid, too quick judgment, okay? You need to put yourself in the shoes of those startups from Japan, understand how they present themselves, okay, and to have a fair comparison. So that part of educating, making a bridge on the business culture, that was, to me at least, very fascinating, and I think that was a key for success. And, well.
ありがとうございます。
Yes, we have to appeal ourselves, and we tried the hardest. So I believe we have to show 3 minutes movie or something, right? Did you do that on your own? Yes. Yes, I was reading. I was quite busy reading the memo notes in English. And the speech. I was asked to come up with a speech movie, and we didn't have any technology to do that. And we had to hire this studio and get everything ready, and then we created one, like a commercial film or something, and we didn't want to be excluded from the selection. So 3 days, only 3 days, all of it got together for 3 days. Worked quite hard. So we did our utmost in all the process, I can say that. And then maybe it worked out. So Kinoshita-san, you used smartphone, did you? Yes. And I was reading my paper script. Well, you have that technology, so right. Friday, I was told to come up with a script, the film, presentation film by Wednesday, so that I was given only 5 days. So I had to do that. I had to read out in, well, I would have liked to have English script, but I couldn't do that. It was written in katakana. So it was like, hastily do the homework that has to be presented to the teacher or something. So you have been through a lot. And then we have to move on to the next one. So as a finalist, you are selected at the venue. When you heard that news, so including people surround you, what was the reaction? So in our case, well, we had to globalize our artists as well. So we would have to understand that those people in terms of welfare. And it's quite important to know the difference between Japan and overseas. The company-wise, they are all friendly, and they have their strong mission, strong philosophy, and Maison of LVMH Maison people, they tried too hard to find something or anything that can work together with. So you have headquarters in Japan as well, Louis Vuitton, and as a company brand. So it's quite hard to have something solid in Japan, but we had to start from somewhere, and we did. So that's what we did in Japan as well as in France as well. So in our case, it's quite important to secure the artists. So we are constantly recruiting artists. And then whenever we talk to those artists, they reaction is quite simple. They surprise. They get surprised and they get shocked. And so business model that was only available in Japan is not, and then they are refreshingly reminded that this does not have to end in Japan. So how about Kimura-san? How was the reaction? I was surprised, first of all, and we didn't know what we were doing. We were too busy to feel something. But now we are quite well-known company. We became so LVMH, and the difference between Japan and overseas, our technology. So our technology is quite unique, and then it's easy to understand at hands-on level, but if they do not have enough knowledge or experience, it does not mean anything. So LVMH Maison, so top level of Maison people, they wanted to talk to us, and back in June they made appointment to see us, and I met CEO of your company, and let's work together. That's what he said. So something great is always great. And what I liked is to make they make judgment when they see it, see the real things, actual things. So if you are confident enough, then you can maybe win over the company. I mean, that's the question I had to ask myself. Was I confident enough? And maybe I was. So the recognition level gone up in Japan as well. Yes, absolutely. So we're talking about Hennessy, Louis Vuitton, and our company. I can finally say we are now quite active in Paris, France. So what we were doing is quite right. And we are well accepted. And we are quite well recognized, this famous brand. And that is a major impact from this.
So what is the reaction from the Kansai, Osaka area? I played sports, so when I liken to the sports, so I was just a general player. However, now I've got a gold medal, so it's like a kind of huge reactions and the impact on me. And the LVMH Innovation Award, it's going to be held next year. When your application for the next year start?
So LVMH Innovation Award next year will be again during Viva Technology, which is happening, I think, around the week of the 12th of June. Regarding the selection, we will open the registration around mid-December, in 3 weeks, roughly. And that's going to be 2 months, okay, until mid-February for the startup to apply. After that, selection will start. So please stay tuned. If you are interested, I can only encourage you to try. Just go for it. Just try. I'm really amazed by your story. Like you sharing that few months ago, you could not imagine being here together, being at Station F in Paris, having your startup growing, meeting those people, thinking about future collaboration, making such, again, positive impact at scale. So try, dare.
来年の今年の12月、もうすぐですね。また来年度の募集も始まるみたいですので、
it's going to, applications gonna start soon. So the startups companies, if you are interested in, please, apply for it. And the JIKAN TECHNO and HERALBONY today, they talked about the collaboration with the various Maisons. So it's going to be a huge step for the overseas expansion. So I'd like to add one comment. So LVMH Innovation Award, and also there are a lot of different startup awards. However, in a word, I think it's a great use case. So as a tech innovation award, even if you receive the award, you got an investment and your business is going to be accelerated. However, it's not a kind of operating company use case. However, LVMH, there are a lot of operating companies, and all of them are actually very highly recognized on a global basis. So we are able to work together with them. Although it's HERALBONY or the JIKAN TECHNO, we may be able to create a very unique use case. So I think it's totally unique and different from the other startups award, and also that it's a Rivatech. So and we're a tech zero company. So I was So we are very much worried and concerned whether we are able to really get to this kind of award. However, you just give it a try, and if you got you passed, so it's a great opportunities for us, great innovation award.
And application is free, huh? No, application is free. No, joke apart again. There is nothing to lose. There is just nothing to lose. By applying, I think you just start a process, okay, about thinking to the future. And whatever the result at the end, it's already a win, I think.
So you may be able to get an opportunity and a connection. It's free of charge. So if you are interested, please apply for it. And next, I would like to move on to the last theme for the session. So comments for future of Osaka, Kansai. So I'd like to ask Kinoshita-san first, because your company office is 5 minutes walk from here. So any expectation for the ecosystem or the Kansai or the Osaka? Please give us a comment. We are from Osaka, and the Osaka company is it's just looking. It's a kind of short-sighted, and our companies like us, it's not being looked. So we got a lot of inquiries from the company in Tokyo. So the Osaka people, I think. We really have Osaka people have a great intelligence and wisdom, and also have give it a try spirit. However, they are lacking the information. They don't have much information. If they have the information, they are able to have a great business in 2 to 3 years. So they cannot foresee the future because of the lack of information. However, the Osaka companies are actually, following and not leading. So we'd like to, make an improvement. We got an Osaka Expo, Kansai Expo, and we are getting a lot of attractions and interest from the overseas, including France. So we expect that the innovation's gonna, mature in Osaka. So you are based in Tokyo, Oshioka-san, and you have already know about the ecosystem in Tokyo and overseas. So what are the challenges in Osaka for the further expansion? So I think this may be connected to what Kinoshita-san mentioned, the products and the technologies. There's no big difference, I think, compared to the France, the US, and the UK, and some of the companies who are taking on new challenges. And there's no big difference. But simply, and whether they are going out and give it a try for the applications or the, going. So maybe the number of challenges they are taking is different. So I think I would like to, encourage them to try it, to have a courage to start something. So maybe they really need to have more opportunities to do that. So thank you, Thomas-san. So the next year's LVMH Innovation Awards application is going to start. What do you expect for the Osaka Kansai's ecosystem for the startup? So what do you expect for the startups in Osaka?
So I believe Japan is full of great entrepreneurs, great companies, great people who have great ideas. And this is not only in Tokyo, it's in entire Japan, okay? And once again, thank you to Osaka and for inviting us. My message, so France loves Japan. LVMH loves Japan, okay? We love Tokyo, we love Osaka, we love Kansai, we love all the people, okay, who can work, who wants to work together and to make a positive impact. So, of course, inviting all the startups and entrepreneurs from Osaka and Kansai to try and just make it.
Thank you very much. So the startups company, any advice to the startups who would like to apply for the Innovation Award? Any tips? Well, so we only had 2 weeks, and we really need to apply in English. So we are overwhelmed. However, I said yes, and without thinking too much. And my staff members are very much surprised. But however, first we need to commit, and then take action and do it. So the CES we joined this year and last year, and maybe there are a lot of French tech startups, 200, 300 startups joined. However, in Japan it's 20 or 30. So and Japan cannot compete on a global scale. So I think the Japanese company has a potential, so we really need to go out and also get information and try to acquire the connections and the network. So I want the startups to take on new challenges because we had a courage to go out. So that's why we got an opportunities. So the first step is very important, and also you really need to try many times. And the CES in Las Vegas, the French companies, and the next January, 130 startups gonna, join. So I think it's a kind of just a numbers or the skills. The French startups really willing to show their capabilities. So that's why they joined the CES. So and without going, you cannot get any opportunity. And Oshioka-san, please.
Well, as I said before, in order to take this chance, we did everything, absolutely everything, and we tried everything and anything. We had time before application, and in order to win, we did everything. So if we were told to see someone, we went to see someone, and the documentation, recommendation paper, all those things we are told, and we did everything. So it's a different story if you can or if you win, but to do your best, that will pave the way. Okay, I think we are just nearing to closing time. So when you think about open innovation, and those 2 companies, you were selected finalist, and we've been listening to you how you became successful, and that was quite interesting talk. The business opportunity from LVMH Japan and France collaboration, innovation. We'd like to see more of it moving to future. So with this, I'd like to conclude this session. Thank you.
ありがとうございます。皆さんありがとうございます。
よろしかったら我が社だけブース出してます。
So I have booths opening up outside if you want to see me.
ありがとうございます。
Thank you.